Darkness Monster podcast.
All right, we're live with 420 Weed Gnome.
Bro, I love the entrance. Bro.
Yeah, man.
The talkless monster.
Talkness.
Oh, talkness. Okay,
No,
I
if it
keep
was
saying
talk less, we wouldn't talk at all.
Okay, it's talkness. All right. So talkness, everybody. Not the talk less.
It could be.
It could be say less.
We'll just be quiet. We'll just be very quiet.
We're just not going to say nothing to you guys. We're just going to stand there and stare at each other.
Well, if we were high enough, we could.
I'm pretty high right now, though. I don't know. I mean, look what I brought with me. I mean, this shows you.
Look at the size of that thing. That thing's massive.
I be packing. And believe me, we're packing.
Fatties
everywhere.
I'm going to crack a beer, though, right now.
Crack your beer.
Oh, man.
You got to do it by the microphone, though, so they get the...
Oh, that's a good idea.
They got to get the...
Okay.
They can hear it.
Listen to that. You hear that?
You hear the fizz? Now you can crack the rest
Oh, yeah,
of it.
you got to get right up to that mic, though.
Oh, you can crack the rest of it.
You can pull that toward you, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
pull
we
it toward
go.
you.
There we go.
There you go, yeah.
Shoot,
right
now,
up there, yeah. You're just
now I'm laid back.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Is that better for you? Oh, now I can hear myself.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be good.
What up?
This is good.
I got the gangster lean going on over here with my pillow. You know, I brought my joint for a pillow. I'm just glad to be here in Newport with my guy here, my buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
He said, come be on my podcast. And I was like, what podcast? I thought I was the only podcast. And then he said, then here we are. Here we are.
Well, I'm stoked because actually there's another podcast, the Nathan and Gabe Show. You got Tsunami Jiu-Jitsu over by Aga Beach. Nathan and Gabe. Nathan runs the show. And
Tsunami Jitsu. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like an evil way to fight somebody. Tsunami Jitsu. And you just like, wow, go on this big old title win as you're like... flailing jitsu at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get closer to the mic.
Nope.
Yeah. I'll bring it up to you. Yeah. Get comfortable. Yeah. It goes wherever you want. Yeah.
I'm trying to get her there.
Yeah. Yeah, like right up there.
There we go.
Yeah. We got you. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Because it's a podcast. It's like radio.
Right.
It's like, what's a podcast anyway, right? It's like, it's just a radio show.
Virtual radio,
just virtual
right?
radio.
Yeah. There we go.
The main thing is we hear.
Right.
I do the camera thing because I think it's cool. It's like way more work. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth it, but it's like, it's cool.
Well, the camera setups are way cool. So you got to have a lot of different angles in your podcast. So you don't want them all having just looking at one angle. Like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, buddy.
So any questions, I'll answer. You got any questions for me today on your podcast?
Actually, I think that I can ask. I got tons of questions. I'm a curious guy. That's why I thought I'd be
tons and tons. Let's go.
That's kind of why I thought I'd do that. I also want to point out that if anybody wants to ask us any questions, feel free.
Feel free. Please ask me questions. I love questions.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go to the.
Just be nice with your questions. That's all I have to ask as the Weed Gnome is that you be nice, because I have people being really obscene with me at points and some of their questions. It's like I don't know if I want to answer that or not, but no. You know?
Here we go. I'm just looking for the live chat on the YouTuber there.
Yeah, and there we go.
And we got the Facebook as well.
So, Woo Shaw, what kind of beer? It's a double hazy IPA 8.0.
10 barrel,
That's
man.
a 10 barrel. Look at that.
Yeah. I just picked it up real quick. I was like, okay, so literally right before the podcast hit. Let me get back to the camera things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got a good double angle right now. But right before my girlfriend calls me, and I'm like, and she's like, I just had a car accident. And I'm like, a car accident? Are you getting a car accident? She said she saw a car accident.
Oh,
and I was like,
she said that she got in one.
No, I know. I was worried about that. And then she said some guy on a motorcycle got hit by a car, and apparently he is not with us anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
right out here on 101 or 20 or
on 101 up in Tillamook. And so like she's like, right before the podcast, she's like, yeah, he's dead. And I'm just like, I need a beer.
Right? Damn, babe. Thanks for the call there.
I mean, she was struggling with it, so I need to help her out. But the timing could have been a little better.
Right.
Come on, it's all good though. Like, I mean,
he was getting ready.
I mean, at least he died quick. I mean, he could, like that one, the long drawn out.
Rough.
I mean, I'd rather get hit by a motorcycle than tortured in a jail.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Like,
I don't know, man. That's kind of like a here. Let's get with this one going. Yeah, I don't. Me myself personally, I just want to be at home. When I go, I want to be with my family and stuff at home, just chilling, smoking my weed. With my last breath, just be a weed puff. All right, and then that's it. I remember one time in Reno, we were down there in downtown, and we witnessed a, what do you call it, like a road rage incident where a guy jumped out right in front of the car in front of him and walked over and shot the dude in the head, bro. And we were just kids, We're
You saw that with your own eyes?
Yeah, we saw it at Circus. It's out by the clown. This is back in like
Jeez.
91, 90, you know what I'm saying? Back when like shit was popping down there, bro. Like Silver Legacy wasn't there at that point. It was called something like JL's Market or JB's Market or some shit. It was a big, and that's where all the gangbangers and everybody hung out, all the Crips and the Bloods. And we're back in the early 90s, man. Hip hop was relevant. They were like out there popping caps for real, Nowadays it's like, it's not the same as what it back then when all that was coming. It was rough though. But yeah, we seen that and it was crazy. I was like, holy crap, we really just witnessed that. But we're going to keep on walking because we young and I don't want to have to talk to nobody because I ain't trying to re-remember to where it's like a trauma situation.
No, I think it's a good call, man. And I think that,
right.
Smoking weed, that's kind of what that's for. It's going to help
Well,
you chill out.
Yeah, I do it for myself. I do it for medical benefits, too. I was born with Agent Orange, so I use it for medicinal. I've been smoking weed since I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
Eating Rick Simpson's oil since about 11, 12 years old.
What's that? What's Rick Simpson
Rick
oil?
Simpson's oil is like a really concentrated, and they use the whole plant from the root all the way to the sun leaves to everything, and he makes an oil base out of it. He does it with isopropyl alcohol, cooks off in rice cookers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it comes out to be like this black tarry stuff, and it's like a medicine, a rice grain. It's known to, I can say it because it's known to cure cancer. There's research of it. Phoenix Tears Foundations is his foundation. He's no longer allowed in the United States.
Yeah.
He got banned because his medicine was so good, and he was just giving it away, bro. And then the pharmaceutical industry don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have.
You can't be giving away.
Yeah, you can't be giving away free good medicine, man.
Yeah, no, dude, take our opioids and get cracked out of your mind.
Yeah, why don't you come and take some of our Percocet?
Let's take that fentanyl. We're gonna put it right in the vein.
Take that fentanyl and die. Then we don't have to take care of you no more. That's what they're doing, bro. It's like fuck. Nowadays, everything got fentanyl. You gotta be careful what weed you get. It's like, is that laced with fentanyl, bro? Like fuck.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe why are they lacing weed
Because
with fentanyl? That doesn't make any sense.
People are freaking stupid, bro, and they don't understand their substances is why.
You don't need
fentanyl
in weed. You don't need to add anything to it.
Fentanyl within itself is bad enough. Like, do you hear of 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and it's in that class between 13 to 20 that are overdosing and dying from fentanyl. And a lot of those kids that are homeless kids because they have nowhere to go, so they're out there in the streets. And I feel like the people that give it to them should really get their ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, kick
like
their
they
ass.
should
Come
get
on.
fucked up.
Bring
man.
it.
Like, because why would you knowing what what fentanyl does to somebody? Why would you give it to them? That's my point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what this does to somebody, and I would give it to them. Because I know that most likely it's going to help them. It's going to help them with any trauma or depression or pain or, whatever they're going through. As for fentanyl, is made for somebody that's dying, that's on their deathbed. So it helps them to feel comfortable.
It's like a really hardcore painkiller, super hardcore.
Yeah.
Like what is that one they give people? Morphine.
Yeah, like morphine.
Morphine, right?
It's a hospice situation when you take fentanyl.
Yeah.
You should not take fentanyl outside of hospice. If you're not in hospice, please do not take fentanyl, people.
I wonder if that's like
fuck.
like if you were gonna have like a doctor assisted suicide, you just give me just OD on fentanyl. Like
I don't know.
If that's,
I wish we can ask Michael Jackson, but he's not allowed to tell us no more.
Did he
did that?
That's what happened to him. That was fentanyl.
No, he had his doctor inject. I don't know if he injected him with fentanyl. He injected him with something to kill him, but I'd like to know what that something was. I never do. No one knows, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's
what I'm saying.
Sketch. That was weird. Michael Jackson, like,
yeah.
Man, what an interesting, strange.
Dude, I watched him grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
me too.
I was born in 73.
Wow, 73?
Yeah, 1973 was when I was born on January 9th. I'm about to be 50 this year, folks. So Weed Gnome's going to be 50 this year. We're going to have a fat party out at the Art Barn. Make sure you're out there out in South Beach Oregon.
Oh, dude, that sounds fun. I want to go.
Yeah, you can go.
Art Barn?
Yeah, I got you.
Is that the one at Beaver Creek?
Yep.
Oh,
Beaver Creek.
dude,
Yeah,
you're
we
talking
gonna party hard.
I know.
Yeah.
That
I'm trying to get like, so since it's my 50th, I want to do it big, and I'm the Weed Gnome, so I either want to have Afro Man or Cash Flow or somebody like that in the weed industry come perform at my 50th birthday.
I love that. She won't let me fuck.
That
It's
like, fuck your sweet 16. I want my fucking 50th, bro. Like, I survived 50 years. I want to have like somebody there that's like, in the industry. Like, even Snoop, I would love to have Snoop there. I would love to try to do a smoke competition with Snoop. I would love that. We and Snoop can smoke the Snoop out.
Dude, you should need to make a campaign. I bet you, if your goal was to get Snoop Dogg there for like a year, you're gonna make a video. Like, you're just gonna have a campaign of videos every day. You're gonna have a video.
To smoke Snoop Dogg.
You just Snoop. This is what I'm gonna do. And then eventually, I bet you, if you build it, he will come.
I wonder if I smoked a 2-ounce joint live by myself every day or every week for like a year, if he would come and be like, bro, you can smoke this with me, but I'll smoke it by myself, and just smoke I've done it before, smoke a whole 2-ounce joint and be like,
dude, I'll help you if you want to help. Like, I'll do some videos. I got all kinds of cameras. I got a submarine, dude.
That'd be fun.
I got a freaking submarine.
Huh.
You're like, I'm a first gnome to smoke underwater.
Bro, I want to have like a raw submarine. Turn this into a submarine, be down there floating in my joint.
Just like a big joint.
Big old joint submarine.
Yeah, and all the air is like weed air, so you're just like
Hell yeah.
perpetually high.
Yeah, it's all hot boxed.
You'd have like the highest tolerance of all time.
I already do, I think. Because, bro, like, seriously, before we came here, I smoked 3 blunts, 2 sticks, which the sticks I got from our buddies down here at the Bud Company over here by the bridge. And, dude, those were 165 milligrams each, and, like, I still ready to smoke some more. I wish we can light this thing right here, but it's plastic, so it's not going to be good enough. But, hell yeah, we smoke large, man.
Oh, we got Need to Connect here on YouTube.
What's up, Need to Connect?
Rick Simpson was a chemist most his life.
Yes, he was.
He was really against weed. He dedicated his life to cancer research and ultimately decided cannabis was a good way to treat cancer.
You're absolutely right, my guy.
He patented the method.
Yep.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yes,
Shout out to Need to Connect, bro.
Need to Connect knows his
yeah,
stuff.
bro.
You're right, dude. I know. My uncles used to rub arms with them, man. They used to come and sit at my uncle's table at Thanksgiving, and I would sit there and listen to him talk and stuff in Humboldt back in the early, like, I'm going to say late 70s, mid 80s, before he had to kind of like, he had to go. And we had some fun.
Dude, that's cool, man. I'm stoked. Oh man,
yeah, that's cool.
Rick Simpson, man.
He knows. Rick Simpson is technically probably the best form of cannabis medicine actually it is the best form of cannabis medicine that you can put in your body. And you don't smoke it, you eat it. It's meant to be eaten because it's all the properties. Like, there's a lot of companies out now, like your Delta 8s, your Delta 9s, your Delta 4s, what's happening is and it sucks because it's destroying our water supply, and it's destroying our industry. There's a lot of like farms in Colorado and Philadelphia and stuff that are just growing hemp. Okay, now they have to grow like hella freaking hemp, bro, just to get this much.
Yeah.
Delta 9. We're talking like, bro, like fuck enough hemp to, if it was real, it would fuck up about New York and Chicago at the same time, just hotbox the whole city, bro, and everyone's gonna be high. Yeah, for real.
Grow that much?
Yeah. So yeah, and what they're doing is they're deriving they're taking out the like hemp based CBD, and it's like it's not really beneficial for anybody. I mean, hemp was first made to make clothes and to store water and like rope and stuff like that. Like, hemp plant was never intended to be smoked, and people sell the shit out of it. And what's happening is they're breaking down. So when they start getting the CBDs and they're breaking down the CBDs and they're taking away from the THC and they're splitting the plant apart, what can happen is that the pharmaceutical company can come in and I'll say, okay, well, CBD, we're going to use that because now it's not, full spectrum. There's just like a molecule or whatever. They're going to be able to patent that thing and start using it in the pharmaceutical. which would destroy the industry. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, I don't feel like the Delta 8s and that. It's like Rick Simpson said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Smart man, dude.
Like he said, because this last video people watch on YouTube, his last video when he put out was how to make real Rick Simpson's oil. And he was talking about the people that were using Everclear and whole grain alcohols and stuff to make it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, bitches, you're supposed to use icy fucking propyl alcohol. I've been needing it for over 30 years and I still ain't fucking dead. That's the way it's supposed to be made. From the root, the whole plant, the stems, everything.
Really?
Yeah, you grind it all up and you throw it in a rice cooker with icy propyl and you cook it off, and that's how the medicine's supposed to be made. And nowadays what's happening is, I find in the industry is people aren't trying to reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, bro, we used to grow buds bigger than our arms with no nutrients, no nitrogens, nothing. Like just water and sun. You know what I mean? And now it's like people are trying to grow like these Frankenstein buds, you know, that are bigger than your head. And it's like, and claim to be like 40% THC. And it's like, bro, how can that plant be half THC almost? There's no way. Like, you know, if that was the case, you'd be smoking the stems. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, you'd be smoking the shit out of those stems.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, or making tea out of it or something. It's just crazy how the industry has changed from the 80s to the 2000s now. Even in the 90s, it started changing with the freaking, with the punk rock scene. You know what I mean? Everything started changing back then. The culture really started changing, yeah, with the punk rock scene and like the freaking, you know, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, all, like Sex Pistols. Dude, they really changed drugs became more harder. You know what I'm saying? That's when heroin and stuff became more than cannabis. Cannabis kind of just faded off to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of went behind the cocaine and the heroin, and you know, she got shuffled to the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then once it became legal in Colorado and Washington, it became to the front of the line again because now it was easily accessible for people to go into a store and buy it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like alcohol. You know, it's like there's all the debates on, you know, should alcohol be legal or not? Well, I think that anybody should be able to do what they want, but if you're going to drink, please don't drive. That's all I say. You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking, just don't. I mean, it's crazy. When I see people in this town of Newport get DUIs, I'm like, you live here. How did you get a DUI? Because there's like a bar every 2 blocks away. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's why I don't go to the bars because I live in Toledo. If I go to the bar, like if I go to like Beer One,
right,
you see all your buddies. It's like, dude, I drink too much, and then I got to drive to Toledo.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Like
Toledo is the worst. No,
oh, I bet it is.
They sit out there and wait for you to be driving at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
going,
they do.
I bet that guy's drunk.
Yeah, they do.
And then all of a sudden you see the lights and you're like, fuck, I'm drunk. And oh man, DUI, here we come. And then your life's ruined and it's fucked. So,
yeah, dude, fuck that.
Just walk, guys, or take a taxi. You know, be safe out there, people.
Yeah, they got taxis. You know? And the best thing to do is
even
just
with
like
smoking cannabis, you know, I mean, there's some people can't handle a lot and drive.
Well, I definitely think
you probably shouldn't drive when you're smoking cannabis, but
dude, I've driven a lot.
I'll tell
you that.
I think it makes you more aware. Like, you know what the fuck you're like. Who?
Dude, it makes me more paranoid, dude. Every person behind me is a cop when you're high. Like, seriously, like, oh, there's lights. Oh, it's a cop.
Oh man, I couldn't live with myself no more. I would not be smoking and driving at all because that would be like paranoid century here. Let's go. Cops are everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I freaking the first time I ever smoked and then drove. Okay, right. Holy crap! It took me so long. I was driving so slow that I couldn't. I thought I didn't. I was lost because like. You know, like you normally drive somewhere and like it takes a certain amount of time in your head, you know.
Right.
By the time I've driven this long, I should have seen this landmark.
Right.
And I was like, it was at night, and I was like, I was starting to like, I didn't know where I was, but I was on the right path. I just didn't know, you know.
Right.
I was going so slow. And if you're going that slow, it's probably like, it's not like a super bad thing, but it's also like probably not a really good thing that you're, going so slow. I mean, bad, it's not bad in the sense that you're like hauling ass and you're going to just run people down, but like you should be going like speed limit.
Right. 5 over the speed limit's not bad. Let's try 10. No.
Yeah.
Next thing you're doing 15, 20, and you're like, that's all right.
No, I do that when I'm sober.
No, me too. I got the big old caddy, so I'm like, sometimes, You get rolling and you're rolling on them 24s and it's so smooth you don't realize how fast you're going until you look down and you're doing 80. Oh, I should probably slow down a little bit.
Hey, let's see you take a puff out of that giant joint.
Big old puff off.
Come on, let's see that. Let's see that big puff. I want to see a puff off that joint.
Oh.
You see the camera?
Yeah.
It was
We can smoke it. That was a good one, guys.
That was good.
Oh.
No smoke coming out of that though.
No, that thing. I wish, man. I would put one. I would definitely be a partaker in something like this. I bet I can probably smoke. I could probably smoke this if it was real. I wouldn't doubt myself.
All right, to be honest, I don't think you could. I think you would have to have a machine that had the sucking power because I don't think you could pull all the way through that.
Well, that's true. I'd have to have a. Well, shit. We'll just stick it in one of them like things that blow, like in what do you call it, a leaf blower.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
we'll just put it on reverse. That's right, and we'll hotbox the shit out of it. We'll smoke the shit out of it. That'd be sick. Leaf blower on reverse.
Oh my god.
Any more questions out there? Anybody watching this?
Oh, there was a question.
Let's go.
Need to connect, and this is before I didn't see this. He says he loves your hat. Is it felt?
Thank you. It is felt. It is very felt. It is very handmade. Yep. All of my stuff that I wear is handmade. These tie-dyes are locally. I try to stick with a lot of the local because I'm all about our community. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason I became this identity, I guess to say, as the 420 Weed Gnome, is for our community to spread more love and not hate, because all I've seen since before COVID was just a lot of hate going on around the world, man, and it's wrong. On social media, you go on TikTok and you can't even have a nice conversation with somebody without someone in there being a jackass and saying, hey, like flash some boobs or just stupid stuff like that's not even necessary to be there. But the sad reality of it is that we have those platforms now, and people abuse them. They don't use them for what they're technically meant for. They're not meant for showing your ass and all that stuff. And that's fans only. You know what I'm saying? That's not TikTok.
Yeah.
That's why they made OnlyFans. So go over there. It's just crazy. I have kids too, and my kids watch, and I monitor what they watch, of course. Well, not too much now, they're getting older, but I had to really pay attention to what my youngest was watching on the internet and stuff, because there was one guy that just was like, I knew it was weird because he's trying to front like a kid, but I knew he wasn't a kid because of the way he was trying to front. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, so I had gotten my son's phone without him knowing and let the gentleman know that I know what's up, and it's like he needs to go away, and he went away. You know what I'm saying? So that was only one incident we had. And there's some dude that was trying to get him to move out there to Tennessee with him and stuff, to run away out there to Tennessee and all this. I'm like, I'm going to show up in Tennessee, and we're going to have a real nice talk, buddy.
Yeah.
Over a joint.
Yeah, a big joint.
A big joint.
Giant joint.
That's right.
Yeah, there's always trolls, man. Like I've been doing like these surf videos. That's kind of how I got started. And dude, people want to troll. I do my due diligence, make sure it's cool to fly the drone where I can fly it. And some people will be like, oh yeah, you're doing illegal. And it's like, well, you're like, we're in a public forum here, and you want to start calling me out, like. No matter what I say, you can be a dick to me and just say I'm wrong. It's like, and then it's just like. So it's like, I just don't want to engage with these people. And then some people just don't even, it's not even like that. Like, they say these really hurtful things. Right. And it's like, I mean, there's been times where it's like, I'm just going to delete that because it's just total negativity. It's not helpful. But then at the same time, I think people should be able to just say whatever they want. Well,
I mean, yes and no on that factor, I feel, because, if I'm out with my family and I got the drone out on the ocean on the beach, and I'm chilling, and I'm having a good-ass time, and some motherfucker's going to come up to me and talking about, you got your drone, well, take your family home and come back when I'm out here with my drone. That's how I feel about it. There ain't no confrontation. If you don't like what I'm doing, pretty much like Ricky says on Trailer Park Boys, we'll go fuck off with it, and, and it's all good. I'm going to continue what I'm doing because I can't let people like that ruin my day because I've had the cops called on me here.
Yeah.
I was
flying a
at,
drone?
No, I was at Night Beach smoking a joint.
Oh,
And,
really? Because you were at the beach?
So, dude, it was 3 years ago, and I was down at Night Beach. I was sitting on the little, the wooden or the stone benches right there, overlooking the beach, and it was hella early, bro. No one was there.
Yeah.
And this lady and her fucking husband and dog show up, and they're walking through, and she pipes up to me and says, "Hey, that's illegal to be doing out here." And I'm like, "Okay, well, have a nice day. Mind your own business." That's all I said. That's all I said was like, "Have a nice day. Mind your own business. Keep walking your dog." I might have said, "Keep walking your dog," too. But I did say, "Yeah, keep walking your dog."
Yeah, leave me alone.
And then, like 15 minutes later, bro, just as I'm putting it out, I hear a dude behind me talking about, "Hey, I got a report of someone's been smoking weed out here." And I'm like, "Hey, what's that dude walking down that way?" You know what I'm saying? Like trying to play it off. And he's like, "Oh, I can smell it and everything. I know it was you." And I'm like, "Okay, so what? I was smoking a fucking joint. Like, I wasn't harming nobody. There's no one around except for me and you right here, officer." You know what I'm saying?
Dude, why are they spending time worrying about people smoking weed at the beach? Like, did you know that, like, there were people getting stabbed at the freaking...
At where?
At City Hall. Like, they have this homeless encampment.
Yo, I know that.
That's
It's
like
Tent City at City Hall.
And they're protesting, and that's I support their right to protest.
I support their right to protest, too. But
they're over there bum fighting and stabbing people, and they're trying to harass people for smoking weed at the beach.
Well, that was like 3 years ago at the beach, but I don't think it'd be so hard now. I mean, I don't know. It was weird, man. That whole situation was weird. It was right before COVID hit. And fucking, I was just out there right before work getting stoned. And, and now here we got bum fights over here in the fucking City Hall, bum fights, bro. We got to go out there and, like, get our camera and get, like...
Dude, we went over there. Ken Lip and I were over there. We did a little video. I mean, like, and I support their right to do their freedom of speech to...
So if I got this right, they're angry because the city limits don't want them camping in city limits.
It's pretty complicated, but basically, I believe that this is one of the biggest gripes is that they don't have a shelter. So for homeless people, there is no shelter here in Newport. Newport's a pretty small town. Like we have 10,000 people.
Though. So before COVID hit, the shelter was at the whatever you want to call that workforce place down here. The building that's over there behind Shell. They had a winter shelter there, and they also had one at the fairgrounds. But someone that bought the fairgrounds, I understood, and they didn't want to have the shelter over there anymore. That's where the Grace Winds had their shelter here. So they did have it before.
Grace Winds is still here.
Oh, yeah, but they don't have no shelter, though, because they don't have no space. They can't get the funds and the space to get it, and that is a problem.
Yeah.
I understand their that whole thing, like me myself as a Weed Gnome, I try not to get into politics and religion and sex and stuff like that because that's really a fragile subject with a lot of people. Like there's a lot of opinions, there's a lot of attitudes, there's a lot with all that. So those are the things that when I started my TikTok and stuff, those are the things that we don't talk about on my TikTok, right? Because for me, like, I get the whole homeless thing and all the shelter stuff and stuff like that, but unless, like, our community actually does something, then there's nothing that me and you personally, can really do. Now, we can go out and protest and do what they're doing, have bum fights and do all that, but as we can see over the years, nothing gets done.
Bum fights.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing gets done, though, bro, and the reality is, and it's because... I feel like our government and our society at large just don't care about us as individuals, period. You know what I mean? And it's a sad thing that I've watched the world crumble from that and watched how it's come to where, like, people nowadays would rather hate you than love you. They want to find something about you that they don't like just so that they can use it and be like, hey, I feel better because this guy did. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird how like society has gone that way. With all the, I don't know how it's a bunch of touchy subjects. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of touchy subjects in the world today. Like I feel there's going to be a fall at some point. Probably not in my time, but eventually there will be a fall of of our country because people are going to eventually get tired of it, bro. And
Well, I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, whether our country falls or not, that's a good.
think about well,
I mean, there's gonna be a financial collapse.
that's what I'm saying.
We
and,
keep
right.
fucking with the money. We bailed all the banks out.
We ain't got no money.
That
to
was
be fucking with.
yeah. We were like negative like
no money.
20 trillion or
Why
something.
are you messing with no money?
No, man, I'm obsessed with these economic videos on YouTube because I'm like, okay, why the fuck is like you have precious metals and you have like Bitcoin, you have all of these things. Why are they so low and the dollar is so strong right now? Well, it's because all the other currencies in the world right now are really weak compared to the dollar, even though the dollar is actually totally fucked.
Well, our dollar is very, very weak. A peso is worth more than our dollar right now.
I mean, I think the dollar. I don't know for sure, but basically, they're all weak. But we're artificially fucking it because we're the world currency.
Right.
We're the world currency,
of course.
and we raise our interest rates, and all these other countries have money. They have money and they owe money in our money in the U.S. dollar, and so it like fucks the value of their money up because all of a sudden, all the interest rates change. Now we owe more, and now their fucking money goes down in value.
Right.
And it's I'm barely understanding this.
It's a never-ending war.
Economist.
Never-ending war.
Dude, that's got to burn.
Oh, it feels so good, though. It burns so good. That's how we do, man.
You cracking me up, dude.
Freaking burns so good, buddy.
Yeah, on my podcast, man, dude, it's kind of like the Wild West. I mean, I was inspired. I mean, I had this really hard time in my life, and I watched a lot of Joe Rogan.
I love Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's great. And here's the thing: it's like he gets a lot of bad beef because
he does.
Because people are like, oh, he's super right wing, and he's like not. He's like not told. He's not.
And in all reality, they should just understand that he's putting on a podcast, and it doesn't matter what they think. It only matters what he's saying. And if you don't want to listen to it, you can like click. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just like you're saying. It's the haters.
Right.
The haters want to come out, and they want the trolls. You know,
Beat
but
'em
you're
off
not
with
a
a
gnome.
freaking joint.
You're not a troll. You're a gnome.
That's right. The gnomes will beat him off with the joint. We're like, "Pah, get out of here!" Fucking joint cannons, bro.
Look at the size of that thing. That thing is so
fucking
big.
Rocket launcher. Let's go. Just shoot fucking joints at them, you know. Bam, bam.
Dude, listen to this. Okay, my girlfriend just sent me this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, believe it or not, this is a shark on the freeway in Houston, Texas. I gotta switch the camera really. I'm gonna switch it to this.
Shark
On the freeway
in Houston, Texas.
There we go. Look at this. This is a shark.
A real shark.
What does it say? At long last, an actual hurricane shark has appeared. Look at this thing. This thing's on the freeway. That's a shark.
Oh yeah, because the water is so deep.
Shit! It could bite your tire, dude. You could actually step out of your car
and get bit by a shark.
That would be fucked.
Hey, keep safe down there, guys. Wherever you are in Florida, please. If anyone's watching from Florida, please be safe. Know that we're definitely thinking about you guys and that you'll be safe. But god dang, a shark, dude. I don't know, man. I would be like, there's a shark there, and he's in the passenger's lane. Do I get my net? Do I get my gun? Probably get the gun.
Dude, I think...
Probably shoot the shark in the head and then take him home and eat him, bro. Because, you know, food's gonna be a little bit not accessible for the minute down there with McDonald's and stuff. So a shark might be some good eating.
Yeah, shoot in the face.
Right in the face. Just be all gangster about it. They'll be like, yo, shark, you came to the wrong freeway. Pump one in it.
Speaking of, like, you know, gangsters... You hear about Coolio?
Yeah, R.I.P. Coolio. That's so sad to hear.
Yeah, dude.
I heard about it, and I'm just like, I'm one of those people that, like, when it comes to death and losing people like that, I don't process it for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we lost Kobe, bro, it took me like a month to realize that we lost Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And because, like, what I found in my lifetime is the longer I stay alive, the more icons that I lose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
for real. Like, it's crazy to watch how, you know, I don't know. And death's not a scary thing to me. I don't think it's a weird thing or anything. It's just it's a real thing, you know, and it's something that I've come to terms with a long time ago with the Pyramid Indians. I did a real nice fucking peyote trip and came to terms with all the process and all that stuff. And it was really cool. It was an eye-opening experience to know that it's really nothing to be afraid of. You know, and we never know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. So,
Totally.
and we can't live our life in fear of that.
Yeah.
You know, because if we live our life in fear of that, we're not living. We're just like, you know, staying in this little freaking taco shell being like, oh, no.
Dude, you had a peyote experience?
Oh, I've done a lot of peyote. Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Peyote make you see white people. I'm serious.
White people?
Yes, sir. If you ever done real peyote, make you see white. So they're kind of like you know, the fuzz on your TV when there's no channel reception and stuff?
Yeah.
So they kind of look like that. They're like white people.
Oh, you talking?
It's the spirit realm, is what they say. The Indians say you see the spirit realm. You're seeing the other world.
I've heard that there's like spirits and there's also like kind of aliens. Or...
Well, that's what they are. The white people.
Oh,
they're the aliens.
Shit.
They're the spirits.
Yeah,
They're there guiding you through your. Dude, it's actually really cool because like, it's an experience of like just solitude, I guess to say. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get there, you're just like really at peace, man. Like when you come out of it, you're just like, I experienced more on peyote than I have on LSD or mushrooms or mescaline or any of that, you know, this type of substance.
Peyote isn't mescaline?
Huh?
It's not mescaline?
Well, I mean, okay, so mescaline, I feel like peyote is mescaline, but the buttons, instead of getting like mescaline from a pharmaceutical or something like that, you know what I'm saying, like a synthetic or whatever, but like a real peyote is freaking, it's really...
I've got that. I have some in my freezer. I have this, they call it the Santa Rosa cactus, and so I blended it up and I cooked it down into a tea, and it's really not a tea, it's like a goop, and you drink it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
I freaking puked it all out. Like, you
bet.
drink it on an empty stomach, blah, it was projectile puke, but empty stomach. Then it was just like really brief, you know, you puke it all out, and then you're done. Then it tripped for like 6 hours.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't, I could have
It's
taken.
kind of like the mushrooms back in the day, bro. We'd eat like a fucking quarter.
Really?
And then we'd throw them up, bro. Like probably about 20 minutes later, we're throwing them up. And then next thing you know, we're tripping for like fucking 8, 10, 12 hours. Just depending on, you know, the quality.
With your friends, with your buddies, or?
With my aunt and uncle.
Cool.
Yeah, my uncle, he was a farmer in Eureka for a long time.
Yeah.
He was growing. So he had a lot of money. And he had gotten hit by a guy when he was a kid, like 17, and almost lost his life. He was on this motorcycle, and the guy blew a stop sign and hit him. And my grandparents sued the shit out of him. So they settled out for like, the dude was a big farmer down in California in Knott's Landing area. Big old hay farmer, bro. Had a hell of money. So they ended up getting Tim a lot of money, and they sequenced it out. So he got money every 3 years, you know, or every couple of years or whatever. And when he'd get his money, man, he'd come get me, and we'd go fucking party. Like, we would party, go buy a brand new car, go up to Lake Tahoe, rent the biggest fucking suite that we can, and sit there and just freaking pretty much just do a bunch of cocaine and have a big old party, you know what I'm saying? Like, and do some acid and go trip down on South Beach. Like, acid was my favorite friend when I was a teenager. Like, I followed Jerry Garcia in 1986 was our first trip with Jerry. That was my first trip in my whole life.
Are you a deadhead?
Oh, yeah. I'm a deadhead to the heart. Oh, man, to the heart. So in 1986, here it is. We're going to place you there.
Year before I was born.
I am 13 years old. My friend Stephen Scott Sawyer is 12 years old. Woo. I had just moved from Woodland, California to Reno, Nevada. So I tell my mom that I'm going to go down for the summer and spend it with Stephen and his mom, Carol, because they were good friends. And Stephen told his mom, Carol, that he was coming up to Reno to spend it with me and my mom for the summer, and you know, and everything worked out, and we took off to Fall of the Dead, and we started out in Anaheim. Was the first show. That's where they started. 1986. We're out there at Anaheim with the Grateful Dead, man, and I give the lady my ticket. You know, I'm 13, bro. I'm like fucking just like, yeah, let's go. Got my tie dye, my long hair. You know, it was a different time back then. Like people don't understand. Like they're like thinking, oh my god, you're only 13. Yes, I was. We hitchhiked there the whole time too. So
Yeah, bud.
So anyways, we get there, you know, and like fucking, we give them our ticket and we go in. They give us this little Dixie cup with this grape Kool-Aid, and she's all, have a groovy night. And I was like, oh, okay. Took it down, you know what I'm saying? and we go into the show, bro, and we're at the show, and we're probably about like 20 yards from, like 20, like from here to that wall, you know, just right by those mats from Jerry Garcia, and he's just shredding, bro. And then I started peeking, and Jerry Garcia melts before my eyes, like a wax figure, just melts down to nothing, and then all of a sudden, he starts reappearing. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm like freaking out, like what the fuck's going on, you know, like I never experienced something like this, you know. I just took an acid. I didn't know that. I was just, you know, well, I kind of did, because we just, you know, we knew what we were gonna do, and it was great though. After that, I don't remember much of that trip, but it was a good time. I came to in Santa Cruz in a hippie van with there was like 3 couples and me and my buddy Steve. Steve had took me with them. Guess we had
Santa
partied
Cruz
with them all night. And we hitched a ride with them, you know, and I don't remember much because I was freaking 13 years old on my first acid trip, just going for it. And then when we got to Oakland, the show there was probably the best one because we didn't even go into the show. We just stayed out in the parking lot and had like the fucking time of our lives, bro. Like it was lit. It was so much fun. Like there was people out there doing hair braids and drum circles and like making tie-dyes right fucking there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a big old thing called Penny for Peace, and there's a huge peace sign bigger than this room of just pennies all over the parking lot, and they made this big old huge peace sign, and they called it Pennies for Peace, and that was, you know, something that they did out there in the parking lot, and fuck, dude, it was lit as hell, man.
Dude,
like,
that sounds fun.
I miss them days. Bring them days back, please.
Bring them back.
But they can't. You know why?
Bring them back.
They won't bring them back because people don't like them.
Bring them back.
People are too like, they're gonna shoot you before they're gonna go have some fun. It's how it is now, you know. Like you go to a concert, next thing you know, it's getting shot up because some guy's not fucking happy with the music or that you're in their town. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking hillbillies get all crazy. Fucking nutty.
Yeah. Okay.
Nutty,
Okay. So we got a couple of things going on here on Facebook. We got
the rabbit trip going.
We got.
Y'all ever been down the rabbit hole?
Ethan Antoni says, "What's up?" Shout out to Ethan.
What's up, Ethan? Shout out to you, my guy. How you doing?
And we got Need to Connect asking here, what is the funniest, most amusing thing that ever happened to you with IKE tripping? While tripping.
The funniest thing, let me think for a second here. I'm going to think about that one because we've had a lot of funny moments.
While tripping. I had a buddy in the meantime who took 10 grams of mushrooms. He said the sun went out.
So my number one funniest thing
funny, actually.
that has ever happened to me would be, well, it didn't happen to me, but it happened while I was there. Okay. So we're in Reno, Nevada. We're going to the Lawler Event Center, and we're supposed to be seeing Anthrax with Ozzy, and we're all fucking decked out in our knot shorts and our Anthrax, and like we were all ready to go, right? And we show up to this show, and me and my buddy Dustin, and they come out to inform us that Anthrax won't be playing tonight, opener for Ozzy. We have a new person filling in, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who's filling in for Anthrax. It's got to be someone good, right? And guess who the hell it was? Motherfucking Winger. So Winger comes out, bro, to open for Ozzy, dude. That fool lasted 5 minutes because the guy behind us took his meatball sub sandwich and plastered that fucking guy with it, bro. From nowhere, you see this sub just fly over your head and just splat all over fucking Winger's lead singer, bro. Like, it was like... It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was tripping too. So the tracer of the meatballs as they're flying by was fucking amazing, bro. Like that would probably be, because right now I'm laughing my ass off because that was the funniest thing that I've ever like witnessed. That's happened to me would probably be getting my pants stuck in the fucking escalator while I was tripping at the fucking Harris Casino. My pants leg got stuck in the escalator, so I'm tripping balls, dude. I'm like 4 hits in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling it. And we go up this escalator, and I had it on my bell bottoms, bro, and it got caught in between one of the teeth, so security and the elevator people had to come and get it all, like, you know, like, cut it out, because it was, like, freaking really stuck, bro.
Dude.
We could have cut it off with scissors, but no one has scissors, bro. They had to bring all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the fucking, they actually just opened up the thing, and it opened up right there, and the panel was just...
Yeah, and then it was good.
Yeah. But that was pretty funny, dude. Because I was laughing the whole time, bro. I couldn't stop laughing like the giggles set in.
Yeah.
Like the giggles were there.
Yeah, buddy.
Hardcore. Crying, laughing my ass off. Like, I'm fucking stuck. You know what I'm saying? And these people, I'm sure the people that were helping me were freaking out. Like, what the fuck is he on? I want some of that. No, you know? Because that was our favorite place to go was the Harris Casino. That and the MGM. MGM was my second favorite. Because the MGM had, like, this huge freaking staircase that had the sickest-ass pattern carpet in the fucking world. Like, that shit was trippy, psychedelic as hell, and mirrors all the way up. We're talking, like, probably, I think it was like a 13 or 14-story staircase, swirling one. So as you're walking up, you can see yourself, and it's like, bro, that was one of my favorite places to trip. So we just run up and down the fucking stairwell for like hours, you know, and security come by and ask if we're okay, where are our parents at, you know, and shit like that. And we lie to them, of course. Oh, they're staying in room, da-da-da, you know, and just keep doing our stuff, you know, and having fun. So we're just kids. Yeah. You know, we didn't care. Because in Reno, there wasn't a lot to do. You know, they had a lot of arcades. They had a little water park. And, you know, our time was meant, most of the time we were drinking, like, that's when I used to drink. In my childhood, I drank a lot. We would drink, like, Night Train wine and freaking Mad Dog 2020. And, dude, that shit would get you so jacked up so quick, too. You're like, oh, my Lord.
My
like,
Lord.
My Lord.
My Lord.
What did I do to myself?
I was wrestling in high school. And it was, we were like, my buddies were like, they had like, I thought it was weed. And they were like laughing. They were like, they were laughing. Right. And they were like, we're smoking weed. And it was like, it wasn't weed. It was.
Was it PCP?
It was oregano.
Oh, oregano. Oh, my God. We're smoking oregano now.
It just like looked like weed, but they were smoking oregano.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we used to do that a lot. So in high school, we used to have people try to sell us like oregano and shit. Like, or, you know, it's like, bro, that looks like lead. And then we pull out the real weed. Like, here, you want to buy some real stuff to sell, you know? And then we'd hook them up to sell the proper stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, mix it together. Man. Oregano flavored weed.
Oh, I don't want to cut it. That'd be weird. Rosemary weed.
No, like separately. Add this in there for a little flavor. A little flavor. Come on. Yeah, some rosemary too if you want.
There's some rosemary hash.
Dude, so get this. So I worked up in Alaska, a little tiny town called Skagway, and I never really done any kind of real traveling in my life. But I was like, I had all these pot chocolates, and I was like, dude, I bet you I could like put a bunch of chocolates in a bag, mix them with other chocolates, and I just go up there, and I don't know, can dogs smell pot chocolates?
I don't think so.
Well, they didn't if they were there, but so I got up there, and I'm working like my boss's daughter's at this coffee shop. And she's like this, like super white, really like they're like pretty rich, like they're making a ton of money because they own this business in Alaska. And she's just like, I don't know what is up with it. Like they're from Ohio, they play tennis, like a ton of tennis. Like it's really nice. Weird. It's really weird. She was really annoying. She was okay some of the time, but I was like, some. I was my day off, and I was high out of my fucking mind on one of these chocolates. And I was like, I came into the cafe and I was like joking, like she was there, and I was like, ha ha ha, people who are high act like this, and I was like pretending to be high, but I was actually really high. And then she was like, nah, this is how they act. And I don't remember what she did. I just couldn't believe it. Like, right, you're like, because I was actually super high.
You're one of us. No,
she was
You're
like,
all happy.
She was like, didn't know.
Another puff for your.
Yeah, come on.
There you go, guys.
Oh, right in the camera, a little lower. Yeah, come on. Yeah. No, you gotta turn. Oh yeah. Oh, no. Come on. Yeah. Wait, turn it around. Give the camera a chance to smoke
Here.
it. No, like give the camera a puff, dude.
Oh, shoot.
Come on,
Here.
bro.
Let's share to our friends. Here you go.
All right, everybody, take a deep breath if you're listening in or watching.
Puff for the Weed Gnome.
Yeah, see that hole? That's where the smoke
And
comes
it's not
out.
a butthole.
It's not.
Well, did I say that? So have you watched the new Beavis and Butthead do the universe?
What?
Yeah, so there's a new movie called Beavis and Butthead. I'm only going to tell you one part. I'm not going to ruin the movie for you.
Okay.
So it starts out, they're like, they're going to outer space to dock the fucking station to the space station. They're going to dock a thing to the space station and all that. Well, they end up getting sucked into outer space. And they get sucked into a black hole, right? And as they're going around this black hole, Beavis tells Butthead, he's all, "Hey, Butthead, I know what this is. This is a giant butthole." And then Beavis says, "Oh, no, I have nightmares of this. I don't want to die in a giant butthole." So that's why I was like, it's not a butthole. No. Because that movie's so great. You have to see it. It is such a good movie. If no one's seen that one yet, it's on Paramount. It's such a good movie. Beavis and Butthead do the universe.
I think I need to see it. It's the same people that do the King of the Hill, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's King of the Hill people.
I think they do. I think they collaborate with somebody doing the King of the Hill, though. I don't think that they do it just them. I think they collaborate with another individual.
Yeah, OG Sky says,
OG
Alien
Sky.
Hang Loose. OG Skywatch, shout out to you. It's a long time, buddy. Yeah, he's got a channel here. Follow OG Skywatch. He also says
OG.
puff, puff, pass after we gave him a big puff of the giant joint.
We got that. Anytime you want to get together and puff, pass, you can find me at Perfect Peace, buddy.
Perfect
Right here in Newport.
Right across from the pawn shop.
If you ever want to see the pawn, I was about to say the Pawn Star. If you ever want to see the gnome, the 420 Weed Gnome, you have to come to a Perfect Peace in Newport, Oregon. That's 324 Southwest Coastal Highway.
It's a good spot because you can go to the Mexican restaurant, get some good salsa.
Oh, man. More than just get salsa. They got the best carnitas. They got the best tamales. They got the best tacos. They really have vamped it up over there.
Really? I haven't been there in a little while now.
Oh, okay. So they just had their 10th year anniversary.
Whoa.
On Sunday. Yeah, shout out to Juanitas.
Did they have like a freaking...
Oh, yeah, I got pictures of me with Donald Duck and Minnie.
I saw some of you with Donald Duck.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
That was their tent.
Why was that?
They had him out there.
I don't know why Donald Duck was there.
It was cool.
Didn't make any sense.
Oh, it was for all the kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they did a bunch of prizes, and they had a clown that made balloons and stuff. It was actually, they really did a good job. Juan and his wife over there do real well.
I interviewed that guy before.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Yeah, I like that guy.
I really got a lot of respect for that man. Like he's really like I am. I'm all about my family. I got responsibilities. I work. Even though I'm retired, I do all these things because, and when it comes down to the end, I got to leave something for my family, and I don't want to just leave them this. You know what I mean?
That's pretty big. It's a pretty big thing to leave them.
I always tell them, if Dad goes, you can have my stash, but, because I have a pretty big stash today, all the time, but hey, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Ooh, these things are kicking. Y'all ever been down Alice's rabbit hole?
Oh, dude, I was just thinking I need to rewatch that, dude.
It's starting to, yep.
Kicking in. Coming up. 420 Weed Gnome. Gnome.
Oh, yeah, because you'll find me sitting on a mushroom in your garden, if not eating it. No.
Dude, we, my girlfriend, a friend of ours, and I, we run a gnome channel.
No.
A gnome Instagram, I mean.
Well, you got to get me on there.
Dude.
Why haven't I been on?
No.
Why am I
The
not?
gnomes have shared you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Nomi, Barry, and Willie.
Well, I have gnomes. So starting in October, a lot of people know that the Weed Gnome is going to be adopting out gnomes.
Are you freaking serious?
I have a bunch of handmade gnomes coming to me, and I'm going to adopt them out. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yes. So, and I'm going to adopt them out on my TikTok page. So it's going to be called Adopt a Gnome. You get to name it, and you can either have it sent to you, or I'll keep it for the podcast, and you'll just be back around on the podcast, on every podcast. So that's how we're going to kind of work that.
Adopt a gnome.
Adopt a gnome.
All gnomes should have homes.
Right. In a garden. They have to have a beautiful garden to live in.
These are house gnomes, though.
Okay. But
they do like gardens, though.
So does your girl make those gnomes?
No. These gnomes. This gnome right here, this is Barry. He's almost 400 years old. This is Nomi. He's 100. And Willie's kind of like in the middle. These two are brothers. Yeah.
Those are cool gnomes.
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
got little 6 to 8 inch gnomes, plaster gnomes coming.
Oh, that's
all different types
that's
and
legit,
stuff.
dude.
And they're all gonna have tie dyes and cool little fucking things, and they're all gonna have their own personality.
See, there's Barry with a tomato.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they definitely like alcohol and drugs.
Oh yeah,
they like all of it.
We do, and you know what they
See,
say?
they shared us. They shared us.
A lot of people, a lot of people don't know that. I mean, if you give gnomes weed and alcohol and stuff like that, it brings you good luck.
Yeah.
Study.
Oh, I'm always giving
Study.
booze to my gnome,
I'm
dude.
telling you, study. Look at how they did it in Switzerland and like that.
Really?
Where the gnomes come from, bro. Like I have a guy that comes to the shop and brings me cigarettes, whiskey, and freaking some type of fruit all the time.
Oh,
bro.
fruit, yeah.
He brings it all the fucking time to the shop. Like every week, this dude is bringing me cigarettes, whiskey, and fruit.
Dude, gnomes love love mead too.
Right. And I'm like, I don't know why you keep bringing me this, sir. You know what I mean? I give the whiskey to my neighbor. I'm like, I don't know why you keep bringing me this, but it's going to go. No, because you're sacred. You're a gnome. Gnomes are very sacred people, and they bring peace and pleasure to people and smiles to their faces, and we have to give them gratitudes to keep that going.
Yeah,
and
bro.
if they don't give them gratitudes, the gnomes come over and destroy their village.
Yeah, yeah, and fuck those people.
Did
Give
you
them
know that?
shit.
Did you know that?
Don't just yeah, because these gnomes, if they're pissed at you,
They'll kick your ass.
They kick your ass.
A gnome will
You know
fuck you up,
exactly.
believe me.
They kick.
I'm telling you, we hang out in the gardens, bro. We got to deal with spiders and ants and grasshoppers, and bro, we got our fucking. We
Dude, we need to do like a series of you like hanging out in the bushes with like plants and stuff.
Oh, I've done lives.
You have?
I do lives from my buddy's garden all the time.
What?
Yeah,
dude.
Until I get kicked off on TikTok because someone gets mad because, you know, the other day this guy gets on there and he's like, "Hey, Weed Gnome, you got pretty lips." And I was just like, "Hey, buddy, I bet your mom does too." And the next thing you know, I was being kicked off and banned until October 1st. Cannot come back till October 1st. So October 1st, guys, I'll be live back again on TikTok, the 420 Weed Gnome, and we'll be lit. And we're going to try to not get in trouble this time because they keep getting me off there. They keep kicking me out. But we got almost like 8,000 viewers over there, or followers over there. So we're trying
Dude, screw those people,
When we get to 10,000, we're tie-dyeing the beard. So everybody know that. When I get to 10,000 followers, I am tie-dyeing this beard. And I'm going to let the fan base pick the colors. And then what we're going to do is I got my little things we're going to be launching here with the gnome adoption program and stuff like that. And fuck, dude, we're going to have to where you can make your own t-shirts. We're going to have my first t-shirt coming out is going to be I am a fucking 420 Weed Gnome, not an elf. That is going to be my first t-shirt.
Yeah, yep. Buddy.
I am not an elf. I'm a Weed Gnome.
Yeah, dude, I know, I get it. Yeah, you're not a freaking, what is that other one? Troll?
You're I'm not a fucking troll eater or a dwarf. No,
trolls are dwarfs. Fuck those.
No, I am a fucking gnome.
Gnomes are the best.
You know why gnomes are the best? Because they protect your produce.
Yeah. They
protect your food. You can't live and have tomatoes and carrots and potatoes and all that without a fucking gnome protecting your garden.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have a gnome in our garden too. He has a big mushroom. Oh, yeah, it's David. His name's David.
You gotta have the mushroom because gnomes like to eat parts of mushrooms. Because mushrooms make the gnomes feel funky.
Yeah, buddy.
They make us feel really funky.
Funky.
Oh, bro, that's like.
Funky.
I think that's the best part of being a gnome, is that I can have a mushroom and sit on it and eat it whenever I want. I don't have to worry about anybody telling me I can't. Because it's my fucking mushroom and I will eat it if I want to. I am a gnome. That is like every time I see gnomes, there's always some type of thing with the mushroom. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Definitely. Something about mushrooms.
Because we were the little fuckers out there stealing it from your cow patties.
Yeah, buddy.
Running away with those little mushrooms like, we're going to go home and have fun. We got all the fucking mushrooms. You know, and then their kids would be out there like, damn, Dad must have came and gotten to the cow patties again. And they don't realize it was this fucking gnomes just taking all their fucking mushrooms and having big old fungi parties in our village. Like, damn. Like mushroom soup, mushroom coffee.
Oh, we have a message from Walk with D Photography.
Walk with D. What's up, Walk with D? What kind of message we got?
I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Is it not on the... Oh, it might not be on our pod.
Walk with
It might be on
Dean.
my message thing.
Oh.
We is loving the podcast tonight. Shout out to Walk with D Photography. That's Danielle
Walk
McPhee.
Oh, Daniel McPhee?
Yeah.
I want to meet Daniel McPhee.
Danielle McPhee lives in Alaska now.
Oh, shit.
And she's
well, Daniel, if you get some of that fine old Alaskan thunderfuck up there, you can always send some to the Weed Gnome. You know Christmas is coming. Or the bubblegum stuff. You know that original stuff that we get in Alaska.
She loves the weed.
Yeah.
She's a weed fan as far as
Well,
I
shoot,
see.
if you ever get back to Newport or around here, hit me up. We'll smoke out. I got you.
Where do we find Mr. 420 Weed Gnome?
You find me at the Perfect Peace Pipe Shop here in Newport, Oregon. 24.
Newport.
324 Southwest Coastal Highway.
Newport.
Newport, you say?
Who the fuck would live in Newport?
A fucking gnome would. A retired gnome at that. I love being retired because, like I don't really, work or anything. I just volunteer my time. I love that. And, that's the privilege of... all my life, I was a carpenter. And as I was a carpenter all my life, I always thought, you know what? One day I want to do something with my life. And I don't know what that something is, but I want to do something with my life. And I sat on it. I retired back in 2018. And I sat on it for a while, and I thought, you know what? I got the beard. I got the personality. I'm going to become the fucking Weed Gnome. So I bought all the domains and all that, and bought the name and all that stuff. And 6 months ago, I launched the Weed Gnome, and here we are on your podcast. And they love us. I have a cult following. It's crazy. You would think the Weed Gnome's number one question would be, hey, Weed Gnome, what's your favorite strain? But unfortunately, it's not. I wish that was my number one question. My number one question is, hey, Weed Gnome, are you married? That is my number one question. It's like, bitches, you didn't care 6 months ago when I wasn't the Weed Gnome. Why are you caring now? It's just crazy. But that's all right, though. I love all the love. I give all my people love, too. If you come to Newport, I definitely got some love for you. I got a big old hug, a joint, a little bit of Newport hospitality.
Hospitality.
See, and I was telling my guy here earlier, when people hear West Coast, they got it all messed up. Okay, everybody hears West Coast, they think of L.A., movie stars, Hollywood. They walk down the big old street with the star. Man, I don't. When I think of West Coast, I think of Newport, Oregon. I think of Cannon Beach. I think of Lincoln City, because our beaches are clean. I don't know if y'all ever been to California, but their beaches ain't that clean like ours. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of dirty down there. So, shout out to our community here for our people in our community, not our leaders, because our leaders ain't doing that, but our people in our community for help keeping our beaches clean.
Yeah, definitely keep those fucking
I'm
beaches
one of
clean.
them. You'll see me out there. You see me out there a lot with my. I got to walk with the walker when I go long trips, but I'm gonna walk with my trash bags on it and freaking collecting trash out there at the beach. And Burger King seems to be number one this past year on trash on Oregon Beach.
Really, Burger King?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that's the trash you're finding?
Yeah, Burger King.
trash.
Burger King all over the beach. I don't get it. You'd think McDonald's would be over the beach, but they're like, no, McDonald's don't quite have that feel. The beach don't start with an M. We gotta leave Burger King there, so it's Burger King the beach. They're trying to get it alphabetical ties now. They're trash. They'll leave their McDonald's at the mall, and they'll leave their Burger King at the beach.
Leave the McDonald's at the mall, man.
Right.
Leave
Leave your Carl's Jr. at the car lot. You know what I mean?
Dude, I go for a Carl's Jr. about now.
I know I'm ready for some food. I'm
I was feeling pretty hungry before the podcast. I was like,
so
oh man,
ready
I'm
for
hungry
some
right now.
food.
Dude, we got check it out. We got Walk with D Photography.
Walk with D Photography.
Danielle McPhee.
Daniel McPhee.
Yeah.
What's up, Daniel McPhee?
And we got Jake Rasmussen with Willem, and they're full screening us. See, they got a big old TV over here.
that.
They got a big old
Nice.
TV here. Yeah, they're listening to your podcast.
Full screen.
Shout out to Rasmussen Farm.
Are you afraid of scary movies?
That's a Willie right there. Oh, they love it's scary movie time. October is among us.
Oh man, I love scary movies. I can't wait to watch the Invisible Man again. That was such a good one.
Oh, Hollow Man?
No, Invisible Man.
I don't know if I've seen that.
You haven't seen Invisible Man? So
I've seen Hollow Man. That
her
was
boyfriend, apparently, fakes his death or whatever, and he becomes invisible to torment her and shit.
Oh,
It's
dude,
fucking
fuck
cool.
that, dude.
Bro,
I
it
would
is
love to be
fucking
invisible.
awesome.
I'd fuck with people all day.
Bro, it was fucking creepy as fuck, but it was cool. It was like one of those. It really had some hair-raising moments in it. Like, it was a good scary movie. Because a lot of the scary movies that I find nowadays aren't even really scary. You know, like I remember back in growing up, it was Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. You know, and Freddy Krueger I always thought was funny as fuck, bro. Like, that dude was hilarious. Like,
he looks like a freakazoid.
he's got 4 knives on one hand.
Wow. Dude, why did you just upgrade to 5?
And he's going to slash you until you bleed to death all over his freaking, like, what was it, the boiler room floor. You know what I'm saying? It was always in the boiler room, you know. And he always had to be screeching his little things down the pipes. Clink, 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 clink. Freddy's coming. And it's like, fool, like, I don't understand how people would be so scared. Fool only got 4 blades, man. I mean, you could probably take him out if you were really, you know.
Dude,
what I'm
I bet
saying?
you could throw some stupid shit at his face.
Fuck
and,
yeah,
like,
bro. You
put
could
him out of
fuck up.
commission.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel Freddy was probably one of the weak. Now, Jason wasn't fast, so if you can run and not fall, you're definitely getting away from Jason, bro. Like, Jason ain't going to catch you if you can run and not fall.
Oh, yeah,
but
he's
you
a
can't
big,
fall.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
The chainsaw, that's
He
heavy.
never
That's
ran.
heavy. Oh, he didn't? He always
No,
walked.
he had the freaking knife. Jason. From the lake.
Oh, okay.
Friday the 13th. Ski mask. You know?
Oh, he didn't have a chainsaw.
No.
Oh, well,
That was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That
But
was,
he had a ski mask too, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a
Okay, that's what I'm
he had a human
I was
face
getting him
mask.
confused. Ooh.
Yeah, that was Leatherface. And his face was made out of
Jesus
human
Christ.
faces. Yeah.
Leatherface.
And he was a real guy, though, too. That's that Texas Chainsaw what you're talking about is a real deal McGill. Like, that happened in Texas. Like, these motherfuckers really did that shit
Where they
in
cut
Texas.
somebody's face off and then put it on there.
Watch the movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, again.
I don't know if I want to watch that.
That shit really happened.
think
Like, they would go and abduct people, like, their whole vehicle and everything, and take them back to their house, and Leatherface would take their face parts, and they would cook them and eat them. And
I saw
It was
Devil's
fucking creepy.
Rejects. I saw that.
kind of like, no, Devil's Rejects was a little bit different.
Rob Zombie, they definitely
Yeah, that
cut
was a
somebody's
good one.
face off.
Yeah, that was a
put it
good
on-
one, though.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie did some good work, bro. We
Yeah.
got to see Rob Zombie on the docks at that was cool because that was a quarter. We had 8 1/4 of these mushrooms, bro.
Yeah.
And fucking we had gotten sick, and then Rob Zombie was playing at the docks in South Beach, Tahoe. And we went out there and watched the show, bro. That was lit, bro. That was fucking cool. Like, that dude was such a good artist. His artistry of the rock and roll was just, it was unlike anybody else. You know, that's why we have rock like we have today, like your death metal and shit. It's because of Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
because
yeah.
of those people like Megadeth
Yeah.
and Metallica and
Megadeth.
you know, they don't get enough.
Megadeth's
They don't
great.
get enough. Like, I feel like the old rock and roll groups don't get enough love for what they did to the music industry.
I think,
And now you got hip hop and rock and roll and hip hop and country and everything's like cross-gendering, you know. And I love that aspect of it, but they're forgetting like the roots. I feel a lot of people in the music industry forget where the roots come from. Once they made it, you know, their head gets so big, they're just like, fuck, I'm number 1 on the charts. Where you at? Oh, 80? Okay, well, never mind then. You know what I mean? I'm only friends with the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah. Hey, we got, let's see, what is this? OG Skywatch says, Hobbits get high. I've seen it happen. LOTR.
Hobbits get very high. And I have a Gandalf pipe, too. It's fucking awesome. This dude made it for me.
You have a Gandalf pipe?
Oh, yeah, I have a big old Gandalf pipe.
That's fucking cool, man.
I'm going to smoke with it on my
Oh,
podcast.
dude, I want one of those. Like, or is it like a long?
Yep, it's very long.
Yeah.
Mine is 32-inch, I believe.
Fuck. That's why I want a peace pipe. I would
a
love to have a
nice one.
peace pipe, dude. Like a really long. I've seen the like glass ones,
yeah.
and it's got feathers and shit on it. It's like, fuck, this is cool.
Yeah, there's some
Fuck
really
yeah.
nice ones that come out of the Pyramid Lake tribe out in Nevada. They make some of the best peace pipes, bro. Peyote pipes and shit. Yeah.
So, Need to Connect is asking, are they going to refer to you as Papa Gnome? That sounds awesome.
Papa Gnome. No, I don't want to be like the Smurfs. You know what I'm saying? Papa Gnome would be like Papa Smurf. It sounds like, you know, hey, Papa Smurf, what are you doing? You know? No, I like the 420 Weed Gnome.
OG Sky says Smurfs up.
Smurfs up.
And then he says, elves have pointy.
They have pointy toes, bro. I don't have pointy toes on, believe me. I ain't got pointy toes.
Dude, who would want pointy toes? Fuck that.
A fucking elf would.
Yeah,
So
why would he
got
do
'em.
it? Stab somebody?
Well, I think that the elves have them because you got to think the elves come from the North Pole, bro. What do you need there? Skis, dog. Their shoes are like fucking skis. That's why they can like.
I was thinking of like
Like
Lord of
ice
the Rings
skates.
elves.
Oh, you're thinking of like.
Do they have pointy? Is it the same
They
thing?
have
I mean, the
pointy
elves
ears.
and elves. Yeah,
They have
pointy ears.
pointy ears.
That's gonna be it.
Right, and I don't have pointy ears. You can count on that. And
Yeah,
like,
gnomes don't have pointy ears, do
No,
they?
they don't. No. Why would a gnome have a pointy ear?
I don't think gnomes.
That'd be
have pointy
freaking
ears.
weird, man. Like, we don't have radar. And, you know what I'm saying? We're right, for real. You know, and I'm fucking, what the fuck's the point gonna do? You know what I'm saying? The point's at the top of our hat, bro. I mean, you know, that's where it's
Hey,
at.
is there some sort of like antenna in that hat or something? Like, you picking up something?
There's something in there.
What do you keep in your hat? Do you like put some food in there or something? Like,
No, I keep that in my beard. Food gets kept in the beard for later.
dude, my friend.
You never know when you wake up in like 12 o'clock in the night and you're like, oh shit, I thought that was my beard, but that was a piece of spaghetti. Oh, okay, well, spaghetti sounds good at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, you have to get up.
Beard spaghetti's real good too.
So Rogue Brewery, the old brewer, he was the original. Like they fermented some beard with yeast, or fermented some beer with yeast out of his beard.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, really.
I don't know about all that. Now, is that where dead guy comes from?
No,
You're
no,
literally
no,
drinking dead guy.
No,
No,
it's not.
I know, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, you're dead. No, I tried it. I drank it. It was like it was
Was it good?
good.
Was it good?
It was like a Belgian ale. It had like a real wild yeast.
I wonder if he
taste
was
to it.
Belgian.
No, I don't think so.
You know, maybe his beard was.
He's just a crusty old.
He wasn't.
bearded
He
guy.
wasn't Belgian, but his beard was.
Yeah, his beard was.
His
he
beard
grew.
was Belgian.
He seeded the beard of a Belgian man.
Belgian
in his
beards
in his chin.
coming to a theater near you.
Coming up next,
Have you ever seen the Belgian beard guy?
Nomatron, Robo Gnome.
Robo Gnome. You don't. You don't know what's happening. I cannot configure what you're saying.
Transform.
Hit my fucking joint and you'll be okay.
All right, everybody, take a deep breath.
Puff
Just
it.
wherever you are, you will feel good. Don't worry, it won't test. It will not test positive, especially if you work
Oh,
for TSA.
man.
You'll
Oh,
be just fine.
shoot.
Just,
Yeah, you'll be
just
great.
take a big
Shoot, not a
rip.
problem.
Government doesn't care. The government doesn't know. They don't need to know what they don't care.
They haven't cared about nothing. They only care about their pockets. Give me my pockets full and then we'll talk later, buddy. And then later never comes, bro. You're sitting out in the hall, you know, waiting to talk to your congressperson that their secretary said will be with you in 5 minutes. And then 3 hours later, you're still sitting there waiting. And she says, oh, she doesn't have time to meet with you today. Well, that's not good enough. You know what I mean? It's like you get nowhere. Any more questions tonight, guys? Before I got to get back to my garden.
Yeah, the garden's fucked, man. Have you seen the weather outside?
I know. Well, our garden's doing good, though, actually, because we got an indoor garden. That's where I've been hanging out lately, is an indoor garden. Because I'm not waterproof. And I'm afraid that, you know, I'm going to eventually just melt. Because I get too wet out there, and they're going to be like, oh, no. The gnome is gone. Just melted to the bliss of nothing.
Yeah, the bliss of nothing.
Oh, bro.
Nothing more.
So let's go with the Nomatron. If I can transform into anything, what would I want to transform into?
Okay. What
Let's see.
would
If I can transform into
420
anything.
Weed Gnome?
That's a great question. That's a great
Oh,
question.
Liz just texted me. She says our gnomes aren't waterproof either.
No, they're not.
Well, she won't let them go in the water. And I'm like, they can swim. They know how to swim.
Actually, I think they'd be really upset with you and probably like destroy your whole podcast set.
They might.
Because their clothes would be wet.
Dude, they have...
And gnomes don't like wet clothes, bro. I'm telling
seriously.
you. Gnomes don't like wet clothes. We're not trying to be out there. Like, if we wanted to have wet clothes, bro, we'd have been fucking ocean gnomes. You know what I'm saying? We'd have been suited up with scuba gear and shit like that and left that on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, that can't happen. We got to make sure that we're good. We got to be good gnomes. coming to a garden near you. So actually, I just read this article that's really interesting about gnomes in the Netherlands and like in Europe and stuff. There are people that are paying people like me that look like gnomes to sit in their garden throughout the day, like $600 a day to sit in their garden, bro, and just be a real life gnome.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Where?
It's in Europe, in the Netherlands, some shit.
You gotta go. That's a real thing. I
Yeah.
saw that as a joke. I saw a joke video about that. That people actually.
Yeah, they actually do. People actually do. So, like, I was thinking today, what would be a gnome's worth? And I'm like, I don't know what my worth would be, man. Like, if I was to be, say a trade show came up to me and said, hey, you want to come and be at the trade show and be like the 420 Weed Gnome make an appearance? I'd be like, yeah, but I don't know. No, you know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
we got it.
I want $100 an hour. You know what I'm saying? To show up at your fucking birthday party. You pay me, I'll show up at your birthday party with joints and this and.
Dude, have you heard of that? There's that guy who did what the fuck is that guy's name now? He's dead now, but like
you showed up to people's
Mrs.
parties.
Doubtfire. What's the fuck is that guy's name?
Robin Williams.
Yeah. There was
Robin Williams.
a guy who he was like a professional Robin Williams like fake guy. Like
Nice.
you could hire him to go to birthday parties and everything.
Right. Well, you can hire the Weed Gnome to come to your birthday party. I would do that anytime. I've actually done 2 birthday parties.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I've already done 2 birthdays. Yeah, seriously.
Do you ever go down to Primal Tones?
Primal Tones. I don't even know what that is.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Americana Mayhem?
No.
Dude, you should get hooked up with Americana Mayhem.
What is that?
They're like a performing group.
Okay.
But they need, like somebody who's like they need a gnome.
They need a mascot.
They need
Somebody
a gnome.
to let them know that they're there.
Yeah. Matt Molotov. I had him on here, and I had Dixie Delish. Both of them, they were on my podcast.
Well,
and
I'm always available.
Yeah,
always.
Matt, he's a sword swaller. He's also looking for a protege.
No, well, I'm the Weed Gnome, and I'll smoke anybody on the table. That's all I claim. I'm like, you want to come and smoke with me? You better be fucking prepared, because we are gonna smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke till you can't smoke no more. But I will keep smoking for you,
dude. We gotta smoke after this podcast.
We gonna be smoking it out.
We're not allowed to smoke inside of the News Times building because that is very against the rules.
We'll give everybody another 5 minutes because I really got my family, but we'll just do some questions if anyone's on want to do some questions.
You got another 5 minutes?
Yeah, I got another 5 minutes for you, my guy.
5 minutes. What you got? Oh, we got something. Okay, what would 420 Weed Gnome transform into? Vulcan gnomes from space.
Vulcan gnomes.
420 performer for parties, lol. OG Skywatch.
OG Skywatch. Bro, if you go on my TikTok and you look, I have a fan base there. It's called the 420 fans. And this group of 10 people started a fan base, and they made some really cool videos of me up on my videos that I put out, because I put out a lot of content on my platforms. And they made one with the Obi-Wan. What he says, who's got the high ground now, Obi-Wan? Chicken. You see me up there all wicked with my joint and shit, bro. It's a cool ass video. You have to check it out. It's on TikTok there.
TikTok 420 Weed Gnome.
You gotta check out my weed fan page though, because I have a fan page, bro. So this is what gets me, bro. I start this thing. I get on TikTok, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get 1,000 viewers, bro, to be able to go live. So it was a Sunday, and I got on my phone, and I was like, hello, everybody. I am the 420 Weed Gnome, and I'm out in front of the perfect piece, just hanging out. Like, subscribe, so I can get 1,000 viewers, and we can go live. By the next day, bro, I had 5,000 people. I was like, holy shit, the thing had already had 100,000 views, and all these, I was like going, I'm a celebrity now. But no, I didn't want to be a celebrity, but now I am. Unfortunately, I have a cult following that are obsessed. Dude, I have people blowing up my phone probably right now. Why aren't you live? Why aren't you live? Well, I'm actually live on a podcast, brother.
Aren't you live there too?
But that's on Facebook, not on TikTok. I got kicked off TikTok.
Oh.
TikTok is where my cult following is. People love me over there. You got to be very, very careful with what you say and how you react with people over there. Like, you can't tell them if they tell you have pretty lips. You can't tell them that their mom has pretty lips. And then
really, you can't even do stuff like that.
No, that's why I got kicked off this last time. So we're alive, dude. Saturday, I had me, Pennywise, and Rat Lady was in there. And we're all live on there. We had like about 1,300 people in there, bro. And some troll gets in there and he's like, I'm like, questions and answers. Anybody got a question? He's like, hey, Weed Gnome, you got very pretty lips. And I was like, oh, I love the comment, but I bet your mom does too. So tell her I said that she has some very gorgeous lips herself. And next thing you know, 5 minutes later, I was banned for hateful content towards my viewers.
Fuck TikTok.
Unfortunately, you cannot tell people that they have pretty lips because you would be banned. Even if their lips are pretty, you can't tell them that they have pretty lips.
I don't know. What constitutes as pretty lips? That sounds fucked up to me.
I don't know. I ain't never. I mean, depends on what lips we're talking about. No.
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
talking about the lips or the curtains? No.
Woo!
Yeah, that's the Weed Gnome style there.
Weed Gnome. OG Sky says, I'll take 2 strippers, a bartender, and 420 Weed Gnome to go.
Let's go. I got you. I got a chauffeur, too. He will drive us around while we smoke. He has to drive because, I'm not going to drive and smoke. But I do have a valet if I need one. It's kind of cool. But it's kind of weird being driven around in the back of your own car. That's kind of weird.
I feel like I'd want to drive my car.
I don't really care sometimes.
I mean, if I was like really drunk, or intoxicated.
But sometimes it's fun to just be out there and be just in my persona like this and be able to be free about it and not have to worry about doing anything like driving or nothing and get as fucked up as I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Get really
that's
out
nice.
there.
Yeah.
So like 4th of July, and you can play it back on the TikTok. Dude, we had a fucking party, and we didn't get banned that whole night, bro. Dude, it was so lit. Like we left the shop. When we left the shop, I was already like probably about 50 sheets deep. Like just done, just freaking melting. And we're live, bro, the whole time. And it was such a good time, dude. Like, there was so many people there just enjoying the fact that I was freaking just, like, down the rabbit hole so fucking far. Bro, we were live till, like, 2 in the morning. I'm walking back from the freaking Bayfront at 2 in the morning live on the channel, just, woo, just being all weird and stuff. And these people were lighting fireworks, like big old fountains in the middle of the sidewalk when I'm coming down, And as I'm getting closer, because I'm in the rabbit hole, and I'm thinking, like, it started getting, like, hell loud, bro. Like, it felt like it was a war situation. It felt like I was walking into probably Desert Storm or something. Because the visuals and everything was fucking going on. And I'm right by the armory, it's on the backside of the armory here in Newport.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. I hope that goddamn thing finishes up before I get even remotely close. But then I had to stop and wait. And then like, oh, we're sorry, go ahead, keep going. And I'm in this costume, and they're just looking at me like, like, who they're taking back. Like, they're, a Mexican family, and like, who the fuck is that widow wearing that hat for? And they're probably like tripping out, and their kids thought it was fun. That's what I like to do, just love to, like, people smile, bro. Like, stand out on 101 in front of the shop, like, I get so many honks and waves and smiles. Just to see someone smile, it makes this whole thing doing this worth it. Because it ain't about it's not about being famous or anything like that. It's about spreading love and letting people know that they're appreciated. That, that I appreciate them if no one else does. That I love them if no one else does. That they don't have to feel alone. And that's the problem with a lot of our society today is a lot of people feel alone. And they feel like people don't hear them. And the reason that people don't hear them is because people ain't trying to hear what you got to say anymore. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're saying it, they ain't trying to hear you. But I hear you. I'll be your voice. I'll be your ear. You know what I mean? Come see me. We'll smoke some weed. We'll hang out. Have a therapy session. No, just kidding. I don't do therapy. But
He'll be your ear for $420.
$420 an hour. No. So I figured a good growing rate for me like that. I was like kind of pondering. So I've asked 10 different people. And the common denominator seemed to be $100 an hour.
To be a professional gnome?
Yeah. To like do parties and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like 100. Like 4 hours would be like like
$100 an hour.
$350.
Show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring some mushrooms and.
Bring party favors, bro. It's a fucking party.
Yeah, bring some party favors.
I mean, if you want to have a fucking real party, you got to party with me. And you can ask any of my friends in Newport. Go ask Jimmy Jams. Go ask Host B. Ask anybody that knows me. If you want a freaking gnome how to party, come see the gnome.
Gnome how to party.
Because, bro, like, for real, like, I've already smoked today by myself probably about an ounce to an ounce and a half of cannabis.
Damn, dude. Today?
Just today, yeah.
Dude, it takes me like months to
Bro,
go through that
I
much.
wake up in the morning and smoke 3 blunts. And they're each like close to two to 2.5 grams. 3 blunts in the morning. So the toys had I smoked 2 joints in the morning. Fuck that. I boosted it up to 3 blunts. And that's why I'm like, I wonder if Snoop Dogg wakes up and smokes 3 blunts, bro.
I don't know, man. Like,
I would like to know. That's like, so I would like to smoke with Snoop Dogg, but my idol to smoke with would be Willie Nelson. I would love to smoke and just have a conversation with that man.
Willie.
Because Willie Nelson's like, if you want to get down to the cannabis pioneers, Willie Nelson's right up in that class with Jack Hara and freaking Rick Simpson and all them. Willie Nelson's right in the top 5 of the pioneers of the cannabis industry, I feel. For the leeway, for getting all this to where we're at today. You know, it hadn't not been for Willie's wonder, we might not be legal today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what they did was they helped us bring it to the forefront and help people to realize that it's not a bad thing. You know, it's a good thing. I mean, so what, you get freaking stoned. You know what I mean? The worst thing that you're gonna do, bro, was like eat a lot of fucking food. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the worst thing that's gonna happen to you if you get real high. Is you're gonna eat a lot.
Actually, I've OD'd twice on pot.
I've OD'd once, and that was because I did a 2,500 milligram nanodose of THC. So that's just straight THC crystal, 2,500 milligram.
And what happened when you OD'd?
I just got real sick. It just made me feel real nauseous. I was really high as fuck. You know, but it just made me feel real sick, and then like hungover, like I was hungover on beer for like the next 3 days. You know what I'm saying? That weird feeling after you get hungover, that fucking like that cotton feeling throat and the fucking like upset stomach, and you know what it's all about. That fucking hungover type, your body ain't recovered.
Oh yeah. I had a pot brownie that was way too strong.
Oh, I love pot brownies.
Way too strong. I got pot brownies in my freezer right now. I'd share one with you. But yeah, dude, I was so high. I just like got sick, and then I vomited.
Oh, for sure.
And then I felt better after I vomited. I went passed out. And the second time was more recently. It was like 2020, and then it was a liquid. I got a concentrate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
and
what I had.
Me and my buddy, we split it. We split the whole thing, and apparently it was probably like 8 doses or something, and we took all
like 500 milligrams.
Yeah. And then I thought I was getting hit by a car. I thought I was dying of COVID.
Fucking A.
I was like,
are you sure that was cannabis and not LSD?
No, I've had LSD. I like LSD. Yeah, if it was that much LSD, that's like my favorite, man. My 30th birthday, dude, tripped acid. Went to McDonald Theater. I don't know.
Everybody get your hits.
Yeah, get your hit. Come on.
This is your last
Everybody.
Toki. We're getting ready to go.
Take a deep breath. It's okay. Nobody's testing for camera
And then there's
camera
not the
high.
butthole.
Camera high can't get you.
It's a weed hole.
Weed hole. It's not a butthole.
It is a weed hole.
I mean, you know, whatever. It's where the, you know.
This is my friend. I will take him. But, dude, coming soon to you, I have a inflatable bong coming.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's
How
as
big
big
is it?
as this.
Oh, yeah, it's a bong.
It's a big bong.
Are you gonna?
And it
are you
has
bring
like
both
it
of them
looks like
with you.
Yeah, I'll be carrying both. Yes, to places. Absolutely. And then I have a mushroom chair coming too.
A chair
That's shaped like a mushroom, like a stool.
Wait. So are you telling me, like, come Christmas time, maybe instead of seeing Santa, they could come see Weed Gnome on his mushroom chair?
That's right, on my mushroom chair, and get a fucking joint of some balm. Because I know you ain't getting no balm at the dispensaries. You might be getting some okay, but you ain't getting no balm. You got to come see the Weed Gnome to get the balm.
Yeah, we gotta collab a little bit here.
Yeah,
we can talk about that after.
We can do that for sure after this podcast.
We can talk about that after the podcast.
Yeah, we got this. We're about to head out to the truck, guys, so you're all gonna miss it. But I'm gonna take your podcast leader here, and I'm going to gnome nap him. We are ready for the gnome napping, and I'm going to take him out there, and we're going to smoke a little bit of this.
Yeah, sounds like we're going to take a gnome nap. So thanks for Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being here, guys. And I'll come back in like 3 months and we'll revisit this. That would be a good time frame.
Revisit. Good to have you. Well, it'll be good to have you back.
You.
420 Weed Gnome.
And be watching for our podcast, 420 Table Talk. Or actually, it's going to be the 420 Weed Gnome and the Little Red Table. And I'm going to have this guy's going to be my first guest.
Oh, dude, I'm be stoked to be on.
He's going to be the first guest on our podcast.
To be on.
Yep, I'm putting that right here on your podcast so you know that you're going to be the first one to be on
Yeah,
our podcast.
buddy. I'm ready.
I got you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, everybody.
Peace.
Talkness Monster Podcast.